if you have been subscribed to my channel and watched a lot of my previous videos, you will know that I am obsessed with palettes. I think that you can get more bang for your buck by buying palettes, and so that's what I do. A lot of the times I will buy palettes or sets, and you can just make your dollar stretch a whole lot more, and you guys know I'm all about a deal. So, I'm just going to show you the palettes that I have so you can see what's in my collection. Many of these you can still go out and purchase unless they're incredibly old, but I don't have any that are too old except for this one. So I wanted to show you this because this was my first palette I ever got. Is this not so cute? Okay, this is called My Precious Palette. This is not a cheapie either. This thing was like 30-something dollars, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I actually got this as a Christmas present from my sister from Sephora. It doesn't have a brand on it or anything, but I wanted to show you where I started off as far as palettes, and this is actually the palette that got me hooked. So don't judge it because it's had a lot of miles. So let me show you it. Okay, now I gotta be careful here because this is supposed to be attached and it's no longer attached. This one, okay, well that one is not attached anymore either. Okay, this is what it looks like inside. It's got a highlighter, a bronzer, a glittery something that I don't know what it is. And then it has these two things that initially just folded out like this, but they've broken off. Oh, my poor thing. Okay, so over here we've got eyeshadows and we've got some blushes. We got some lip glosses that I clearly have dug into, and it's totally disgusting. This probably should go in the trash, but I just can't because this is the palette that started it all. So this is my palette, my precious palette that started it all. Like I said, I know it probably needs to go in the trash. Don't make fun of me for my busted palettes. It's sentimental. This is sentimental value at this point. I never use this anymore. But it's just, you know, I wanted to show you what got me hooked. It was this one. I guess I wanted to be this girl in her little tank top. I don't know. I'm so stupid. Okay. Let's go with probably one of my earliest palettes that I got. I actually got this. Ooh, it's dusty. I haven't used this one in a while. I actually got this as a Valentine's Day present from my boyfriend. I thought that was appropriate because it is red and gorgeous. This is the Kat Von D Starry Eyes makeup palette. It's adorable. It looks like an envelope. And inside, I've got to hold these little things because they always fall out. So inside, it's got this cool little eye that she drew. That is her original artwork from what I understand. And it's got 4 trios and 2 of these lip pencils. I have got to tell you, these lip pencils are the worst thing I've ever put on my lips. That's saying something. I put this on, this one right here. I put this one on. It's had a couple uses, as you can see. I put that on. It's in Lolita, and it's a gorgeous color. And I put it on. I was so excited. So I put it on my lips, and then I smiled, and it was literally on every single tooth. It looked so disgusting that I had to bust out laughing out loud, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I had to get a towel and like scrape my teeth. It was the most disgusting thing ever. So don't use those. But what I do love about this is the eyeshadows. They come in a glittery darker shade, a middle shade, and a highlight shade. This, and this are some of the most gorgeous colors I've ever seen. I use those eyeshadows a lot. They are just really pretty complements to each other. So that is the Kat Von D Starry Eyes palette. The lip things. Ugh, I almost want to do a video of applying it just to show you because it was so ridiculous I had to laugh. Whatever. Okay, another palette that you may have seen before is Greetings from Cabana Glamma. This is by Benefit, which is one of the best brands in the entire world. This one is more than just eyeshadow. This is kind of a full cosmetic. It's got their Boing concealer. No, some kind of gorgeous concealer. This is a medium color, which is way too dark for me, so I don't use it. It's got a Hoola bronzer and brush. It's got the Posy tint, just a little tiny one, and it's got a little eyeshadow trio. And I use this whole thing except for this, and it's way too dark for me. So there we go. This is actually made for tan skin. It says your destination for when you're tan, but even when I'm tan, that concealer is just, it's too dark. Okay. Next, you've also seen these before. These are 2 Ulta palettes that I purchased, I don't know, a few months ago. And they're very similar. This one is Beauty and Bloom, and this is Resort to the Tropics. These were, I think, $12 a piece. And I actually use these a lot. I actually really, really like these palettes. So each one, they're very similar, but they have different colors. In this one, I really, really like these 3, and the cool thing about these is it has 3 trios, and it's got a little brush down here. So these go together, you got your crease, eyelid, and highlight. These go together, crease, eyelid, and highlight. And these 3 go together, crease, eyelid, and highlight. So they're very wearable. They're really beautiful. I really like these purple colors at the end. That's Pearl, Rose Dust, and Magic Hour. And those are by Ulta, so you could probably buy those colors individually. This one is the Resort to Tropics, and it's the same thing. When you open them up, they look identical, but the colors are completely different. So just in case you forgot what these look like, let me fold that back. This is the Beauty and Bloom, and this one is the Resort to Tropics. So you can definitely see a big difference in the color. These are more muted, kind of more natural colors, and these are bright, vibrant colors. The blue is really pretty. I like this trio. I use it a lot, and I use this middle trio a lot as well. You can kind of see that that's gotten some use. They're not the most pigmented eyeshadows in the world. They're not the most long wearing eyeshadows in the world, but the colors are just beautiful, and so I use it. Okay, let's move on. Felt like it was gonna crash. Okay, let's move on to Stila. Stila is one of the best eyeshadow brands that exists, in my opinion, and I have several Stila palettes. Some of them I haven't used yet even because I buy them and then I haven't used them yet. So the Stila palette that started it all, these are going to look familiar to you. This is the In the Moment palette. There's In the Know, In the Garden, I think. There's all kinds of different ones. And this one says Cherish the Beauty of the Moment. I got this because it's got some really gorgeous purples. And if you have green eyes, purples are complimentary. And I also wear a lot of brown and quite a bit of black. So this had the most wearable colors for me in it. And I love this palette. It is so pigmented, like I barely even touched that. But the problem with that is when you use this black shade, this is Catalyst. It's actually a black with a purple glitter. When you use this in your crease, it falls out onto your face, and it's so pigmented that when you try to brush it off, it streaks, black streaks on your face. So you have to be very careful and like blow off the excess from your brush before you use it. This also has a waterproof, I think is what they're called, smudge stick, that's what they're called. It comes with a purple smudge stick, but when I used it, I don't think I was impressed for some reason because I don't ever use the smudge stick, and I don't know why. Maybe I need to try it again. Okay. Next, I have 2 of these little palettes. I actually haven't even used this one yet. I actually got these on sale. They're normally $20 a piece, and I got them on sale for, I believe they were $15 a piece, which made them $30, and then I had like $4 or $5 or more to of points to redeem at Ulta. So I actually ended up paying like about $10 to $12 for each of these. So I got them almost half price. This is the only one I've used so far. This is the Not So Nude palette. And again, it's got that gorgeous, that's a different color, gorgeous black color. Their blacks are so pretty, and they usually have a glitter in them. They are just the prettiest black colors, but they're so pigmented that you've got to be very careful or you're going to end up with it all over your face. And the thing that's neat about these is it's got a Kitten, which is the all over shimmer shade. If you've heard about Kitten, everybody rants and raves about this color, just that it's an amazing highlight, but it really just reminds me of my Mary Luminizer and I use that every day. And it also has this kind of cream-based color that can be a lip or a cheek stain. So this is kind of an all-over-your-face palette as opposed to just an eyeshadow palette. And I have this second one that I haven't used yet. And this is the Dare to Bear palette. There were 3 of these, and I got 2. And this one, I haven't even taken the film off. This just is the same concept, but with different colors than that other one. Okay. I have 2 more Stila palettes that are fairly new. I actually ordered them from Hotlook maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And they're actually winter palettes. It's pretty obvious by the fact that they look like a snowflake or a star. So these are definitely off season. I don't know if you can purchase these anymore, but I got them for I think like $8 or $12. So it was really cheap, and so I bought one. So this is Written in the Stars. This is an eyeshadow palette. And again, it's got 12 beautiful colors. They're all very pigmented. I will tell you that I don't use this palette very often because look how tiny the pots are. Like, this is my pinky, and I just have room for it in the middle. You can't get to the corners. So you really cannot get a brush in there like you need to. And for that reason, it's not my go-to palette because I get shadow everywhere by trying to kind of dig it out with my brush, and it's really not the best layout. I wish they would have thought that out a little bit better. This one is Wish Upon a Star. I actually ordered this at the same time as I ordered this one. This I got for $6 because it was on sale on Hotlook. And this one, I believe that is a lip. What is that? Oh, okay. So they have another convertible color is what they call these. And this could be a dual cheek stain or lip color, whichever one you want. And this one just has beautiful grays. So I've used this one once. The pots are a little bit wider than the pots in this one, but it's still just tiny and it's hard to get to them. So I don't know, that makes it difficult for me. All right, we're almost to the end here. This is my Starlooks palette. This one is Saint Tropez. I got this in a Starbucks maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Here are the colors. I really like all of them, actually. I actually like all of them. This comes off a little bit more orange than it looks. It looks kind of like a pinky color, but it's bright orange when you put it on. But it looks really neat when you use this in your crease. So that's my Starlooks palette. And I like how big the pans are or the pots are because you can get your brushes in there and it's awesome. Okay, this is my go-to palette. This is probably my most used palette, the one I use constantly. It looks like a chocolate bar. This is my The Balm, which I'm obsessed with, Nude Tude palette. And I'm sure you've seen this all over the internet. This is kind of like a dupe for the Naked palette, but not quite. The colors aren't that similar. But these are the most wearable colors. They complement each other. You can mix any of them together. They're very blendable. They're very pigmented. They're very long wearing. There's absolutely not one bad thing I can say about this palette. So the Balm Nude Tude palette is probably my everyday palette. I use it probably at least 3 or 4 days a week. Last we have Urban Decay palettes. I have the Ammo palette, which I actually gave one of these away in a giveaway. I've been using Chopper a lot, as you can tell. It's a beautiful highlight shade. It's also pretty just on your whole lid. So that is the main one I've used. Last Call is also amazing. And, I can't open it. I also have the Urban Decay Mariposa palette, which just means butterfly. Again, I'm using a similar shade to that Chopper, which is Limelight. That's the one I've used the most. These are all very shimmery, very pretty, and I love Urban Decay shadows as well. My last one is my Deluxe Shadow Box. I haven't used this one yet. I've had it for about 4 months, but I just haven't used it. So, that's my palette collection. If you have any questions, post them below. If you'd like to see a tutorial or swatches or a review of any of them, I would be more than happy to do that for you. So just leave a comment below and I will get on to filming that for you.